Hello, everyone, and peace of the Lord to all of you. Please invite your friends. And today we are going to talk a little bit about politics and the same time about Islam. Um, lately there is like a big movement, which is obviously anti-Israel, and this movement is very simple. It's all about hate, but from the outside they are using some titles to deceive many, and especially in the West. And before I come to the state, always I thought highly of Western people as they are educated, smart. Otherwise, how come they have better technology and their countries are better than our countries where we grow up? I mean, obviously they are smart people. Then when I come to the state and I went to Europe, I noticed that being successful in technology have nothing to do with education or even being smart. There is a big movement sponsored specifically by European and specifically, sadly, by even Christians. And the movement is to boycott Israel. Boycott Israel. Why we should boycott Israel? Why somebody he can convince someone he supposedly Christian or he claimed to be, he is convinced that he should boycott Israel. And what is the purpose of the boycott of Israel? If you remember, when somebody made a cartoon about Muhammad, what the Muslims they did, they killed those who made the cartoon, if you remember, in France, and those who made the cartoon in Holland. The Muslims be caught buying cheese and milk from Holland. So boycott is nothing but a way of oppression, not as a way, or let us say, of something right. It is always the Muslims, they use whatever in their hand to enforce you to do what they want. Otherwise, we will make you lose businesses. We have money. We have population. We are going to be cut buying your cheese and your milk. No, for sure. They could not keep it for long, because the one who was hungry, it was their children's, not the people of Holland. So when they make this movement, and then we find people from Europe joining and sponsoring this, as you see in this video here. Those are a bunch of European from Ireland, and I call them a bunch of donkeys with no hesitation, because obviously they do not know even what they are talking about. They've been taught and they've been learned that Israel is an occupation. In fact, Israel is the one who owned the land, and those who live there, who they are not Israeli, they are the occupation. I am an Arab, and I say it clearly that this is the land of the Jews. And not only that, even the Muslims themselves, they admit that this is the land of the Jews. Even Islamic books, even the Quran, chapter 5, verse number 21, admit that this is the land of the Jews. If you go right now and search in Google, who is the one who built Jerusalem according to Islam? They say David, and after him, even Prophet Solomon, he built his temple there. And even they say that Solomon himself, his grave is there. So how the Jews are occupation if the Muslim, the Abdul themselves, they believe that this is the land of the Jews? spot where Prophet Sulaiman, this is how the Muslims they call him, Islamic landmark, this is a Muslim website, where Prophet Sulaiman, which means Prophet Solomon, he was buried. Remember, this is a Muslim website, not my website, not a Christian website. And this is what the Muslims they have. And what is that? You go down in the map, you will see that this is in the heart of Jerusalem, and not only that, it's just a few meters away from what the Muslims they call their holy mosque. Do you see it? Which is obviously not their holy mosque. The Muslims first time they enter into Jerusalem, it was in the 7th centuries or in the end of the 6th century. How this land became their land. They themselves, they are in occupation, and as you see, this is a Muslim website speaking about Sulaiman, who is a king of the Jews. Why is a grave there? Why his grave is not in Australia? Why his grave is not in France? Why his grave is not in different? Why here? Because this is their land. So what the Muslims propaganda is, they try to make you believe that the land is not the land of the Jews, and the Jews are aggression people. They took it from us. In fact, it is totally the opposite. Even their own silly Islamic books and websites confirming that. Even Sulaiman, when he built his temple, according to the Quran, he ordered the genie to help him in building the temple. Genie in the ball. So we as a Christians, why we should support Israel? I see not many people are joining us because maybe many people don't like this topic. But let me assure you, my friend, you cannot be a Christian and you go against Israel. For a very simple reason. If you, I'm not talking, by the way, if you like Netanyahu, if you like the Israeli government, this is not my topic. Actually, I don't even like Netanyahu. I believe truly he is a corrupt man like Muhammad. But this is not my topic. Israel is the land of the Jews. I don't care about this guy and that guy. You might not like things Israel as a government does, but you cannot deny as a Christian that this is the land of the Jews. Every single sentence in the Bible say that. If you are a person who believes in the Bible as your holy book, then you cannot be a Christian and you deny that this is the land of the Jews. As simple as that. The Muslims, they started this organization. It's called BDS, which means be caught, or whatever symbolic is. Be caught. Devastatement, sanctions. And they claim that the Palestinians are oppressed. You see, the Jews, they were oppressed for centuries and centuries by the Muslims. Muhammad, he killed them, he tortured them, he enslaved them, and the Muslims after that, they carry on the job, not only killing the Christians, but the Jews too. Actually, Muhammad is not only a person who killed Jews in the past, but yet he encouraged killing Jews in the future. Look what Muhammad, he says. As long they are talking about that the Jews are oppressors, as they claim, Muhammad is a person who is the same as Hitler. He believed in killing every single Jew in the top of this earth. Muhammad, he said, the last hour would not come unless the Muslims will fight against the Jews, and the Muslims would kill them until the Jews would hide themselves behind a stone or a tree, and a stone or a tree would say, Muslims, our servant of Allah, or servant of Allah, there is a Jew behind me, come and kill him. If this is not satanic, if this is not fascist, if this is not Nazi, what is this is? Why those who they sponsor Hamas, and go and watch the videos of Hamas, we are saying we have to kill the Jews, we have to kill the Jews in the name of Allah. Once I made a video, it's called The Beauty of Hamas and the Ugliness of Israel. And because the Muslims, as usual, they sponsor anyone speak against Israel, they sponsor me just because of the title. And suddenly my video became #1 overnight in YouTube, like hundreds of thousands. Like, I post my video at night, I came back second day, and I look at my video like, what happened? The Muslims, they start posting my video everywhere just because of the title. But when you watch the video, you will see I'm speaking the opposite, proving that Hamas is the ugly and Israel is the beautiful one. And I made that title at that day because everybody is attacking Israel during the war between the terrorists and Israel. So I name it The Beauty of Hamas and the Ugliness of Israel. Actually, you can search for it right now. After that, YouTube, they deleted my account. Totally. They suspended the account. You believe it? So if you look with me here, and if you are a person who believe that Israel is a country who is oppression or doing oppression, did you ask yourself first, when those people who they claim to be Arab, they came to this land? I am an Arab and this is not our land. Never was, never be, never will be. Actually, according to the Muslims, even the Kaaba is built by Abraham, who is the grandfather of the Jews, which means the Jews have 50% of the Kaaba of Mecca. What about we give them the 50% of the Kaaba? As long as they claim that they are from Abraham, which is absolutely false. Somebody saying our Lord Jesus was a Jew, this is absolutely false. He is born of the Jews, but he is not a Jew. It's very funny of you to say that, by the way. It's not even smart. Because Jesus, his existence have nothing to do with the existence of Israel. Before Abraham I am, which means before Israel I am. So how that he can be Jew? That is silly, by the way. Be careful when you read, when you say, when you open your mouth. Jesus is the God of the Jews. He is not a Jew. But if you want to say you are a Christian, then you need to remember that all the apostles of Jesus, they were Jews. Shall we be called the apostle of Jesus because they are Israeli? How the one who owned the land became a person who is an oppressor, or he is doing oppression? How he became an occupation? Turkey is not Turkey. This is the Constantinople. Not long time ago, the Muslims, they took it and they killed all the Christian there, and now there's not even 2% Christians in Turkey. What happened to a country used to have 100% Christians and became 2% Christians? They killed them. Go and read the history about the genocide against the Christians in Turkey and Armenia and all the countries around, not only inside Turkey. The Ottoman Empire, which is a Islamic empire, they practiced the mercy of Allah over us. What happened to Saudi Arabia, Jews and Christians? I will tell you what happened. Just to show you how they lie to you, the one who suffered from oppression, it was the Jews and the Christians. Are we making things up, or this is true? Muhammad, he swear by Allah that if he became victorious, he is going to expel or kill all the Christians and the Jews from the Arabian Peninsula, which mean there was a Christians and Jews, and this is their land too. Have you ever heard of a country have only one religion? It's called Saudi Arabia. Not even one atheist, not even one gay, not even one Christian, not even one Jews. There's none. Because this is the religion of oppression, not the opposite. Imagine if Netanyahu, he said, I swear by God, if I am victorious, I'm going to expel the Christians and the Muslims and etc. The whole world will go crazy against him, huh? But Muhammad saying that, and he did that, there's no problem. So always they try to fool you and try to make you believe that Israel is an occupation. The fact it is not. Israel is Israel. It was there before the Muslims. You see, actually, why the name of the country is Israel? Do you know that the name Israel is exist in the Quran? In the yellow pages of Muhammad? But we cannot find the word Palestine once in the Quran. Do you know that Allah is the one who ordered the Jews in chapter 5 verse number 21 to go and attack the land which Allah assigned to them? And be my witness, the verse is in the front of your eyes. And not only that, because the Jews, they refused to kill those who live there, Allah, he punished them and he made them lose their way for more than 21 years. We have a brother there, his name is Abdullah Samir. Actually, I saw this video of this gentleman here. Hello, Christian Prince, we should talk. I am ex-Muslim. I saw your video, my friend. I'm happy to have you here. I keep hearing your name mentioned in my channel. Let us chat sometime. I will be happy, my friend, to talk to you. Just add me in Skype. Somebody give Abdullah Samir, give him please my Skype so he can contact me, and feel free to call me anytime you wish. Right now my Skype is open. I apologize. Always they always try to present something to you is not a truthful. You see, I'm not taking the side of Israel because Israel is, you know, if I go, actually me myself, if I go to Israel, they will not even let me go in the airport. They will send me back even though I have an American passport, for a very simple reason. I'm an Arab. I'm risk. Not because they are going to do oppression to me, but how they can trust me. I'm not going to go and take a knife and stab some woman in the street, or drive a car and go over some people in the bus station. So I don't blame them if they don't give me a visa, even though I always speak defending the truth about Israel. Actually, you know what? My Skype is open, but I do not know. Hey, Abdullah. Abdullah, if you want to call me, actually, feel free. If you like to talk about this topic for now. If not, it's all right. It's up to you. Uh, you see, for us, we have to be truthful. We are not taking a side. I'm not taking a side of Israel. If Israel was an occupation, I would say Israel is an occupation. As simple as that. But I cannot say that. Even the Quran saying that this is the land of the Jews. And be my witness. Allah, he punished the Jews for not killing what the Muslim, they call them Palestinians. So the Palestinians are not the Arab. The Palestinians are not the Arab. The Jews, they said to Moses, we will never enter the land. Go and fight. You, Moses, you go fight. We will not fight anyone. The Jews, they said, we will not enter the land until the people who live there leave. What the response of Allah? Allah, he punished the Jews and he forbid them from finding even their direction in the desert for 40 years. Because they refused to kill the Palestinian, as the Quran says. Which means it's a punishment from Allah because they refused to kill the Palestinians. Allah, he punished them 40 years of being misguided in the desert. Do you see it? If you are a Muslim, do you see it? So why they lie? Even their belief teach clearly that this is the land of the Jews. Are we going to play blind, deaf? Like you see today, look like, you know, people, they are not here yet. So I want people to be careful about what the game is. The game is the Muslim believe. They say, and I heard that thousands of times, Saturday first and Sunday next. What does that mean? It means we finish the Jews first and then we finish the Christians. Saturday first and Sunday next. Muhammad, he thought he finished the Jews long time ago, and then he started attacking the Christians. He never thought that the Jews will come back and they will establish their own state, which is their land and their right to have it. So now they are going back to Saturday first and Sunday next. We finish the Jews first and then we finish the Christians after. And as you see, Muhammad is no different from Hitler. You see, if we find this in the book of Hitler, that the last hour would not come unless, let us change the word Muslim with the German, with my apologies to the German to compare. The last hour would not come unless the German will fight against the Jews, and the German will kill them until the Jews would hide themselves behind a stone or a tree. By the way, in case you do not know, you better do. The Muslims, they praise Hitler. He is a hero. You will find his picture and his book sold in every library in the Middle East. And not only that, the stupid European and American, for tens of years they were sending money to Gaza and to Hamas without knowing. And what they do with it? They print the book. It's called Kifahi, which is the book of Hitler, and they give it for free to people who live there. We give them money, donation, to buy sandwiches, because supposedly, and by the way, it's the biggest business they are doing there. They have no job. For the last 60-70 years, they claim to be a refugee. Have you ever heard of somebody who's a refugee living in his land, supposedly? How you claim that you are living in your land but you are a refugee? Why somebody live in his land but he cannot make living? I will tell you why. Everyone is busy marrying 4 women and having 60 children. It doesn't matter where you live, you cannot feed them up. So who is the one going to feed them? The donation which is coming from the United Nations, from USA and from Europe. While the Israeli are building farms, manufacturing, building cities, the Muslims are having babies. They spend the day doing nothing except having sex, making babies, and then the baby go on the street and he find no job. So what he do? He joined Hamas. Hamas, they have salary, the money is coming from Qatar, the Muslim Brotherhood. Somebody have to provide, and those who sponsor terrorism, they provide. So those who they are going against Israel like crazy. Do you even know why the Muslims are fighting Israel? Do you think this is because of a land? If this is the case, that means you are a fool and you are stupid. The Muslims, they were occupied by the Ottoman for more than 400 years. Egypt, and I'm talking about Egypt, the Muslim, were occupied by non-Arab, and most of the time Albanian, for more than 1,000 years. The king, imagine, the king of Egypt is an Albanian, and nobody complained. The Ottoman controlling them, they don't complain. Why? Because they are Muslims. The French, they came, they occupied them for 20 years. They are kuffar, get out. It's not about the land, it's about religion. The foolishness of the Western is beyond imagination. This is not about a land. This is about a religion. As you see, the war is between not an Arab and a Jew. It is between a Muslim and a Jew. Can't you read? Is my voice coming, guys? The war is not between two ethnic group about a land. It's a lie. It is about religion. If the Jews there, they became Muslims tomorrow, nobody will ask them to leave. That is the fact. And how in the world they should leave? This is their land. This is their land in our book. This is their land in even in the Muslim books. So my friend, you cannot be Christian and you support somebody boycott Israel. Actually, the one who is boycotting Israel, he is sponsoring the Antichrist. What the Bible says, the one who denied the Father and the Son is an Antichrist. The Jews are coming to Christ, and actually all the apostles of Jesus, they are Jews, and they came to Christ and they accepted the Christ, and now every day the Jews are coming to Christ as never before. And even if not a single Jew will accept Christ to be his God, still this is the land of the Jews, because the truth is the truth. I'm not supporting them because they are coming to Christ or not. This is their land. It's like saying Japan is not for the Japanese. boycott Israel. A bunch of idiots in Ireland waving a flag, and they are boycotting Israel. The fact it is us who should boycott those Islamic countries who don't respect human rights. If you leave Islam in an Islamic country, what is the punishment? How those people, they speak that we are under oppression. If I leave Islam and I live in a Gaza, what is the punishment? Death. If I live in Gaza and I speak against the Prophet, what is my punishment? Death with no mercy. Who is the one who practice oppression? Why those people they don't see? In Israel, you can say whatever you want. Even the Arab, they can say whatever they want against Israel. Who live in Israel, who they have an Israeli citizenship, and not only that, Israel gave a Congress the right to be a congressman in the Congress or the Parliament of Israel. There is a TV program. It's called, or let's say, a project. It's called Memory TV. There you can find thousands of Muslim videos speaking and encouraging killing the Jews. I could not find somebody who live in Israel as an Arab, and somebody he says we should kill the Arab and he can stay free in the street. The Israeli government will arrest him immediately. In Gaza, if you say kill the Jews, you are a hero. In Israel, if you say kill the Arab, they will be arrested, and if you do, you will stay in jail for the rest of your life. Who is the one is oppression or doing oppression? One of the funny answers the Muslim they say to you, we cannot be anti-Semitic because we are Arab. The fact none of you are, first of all, is an Arab. Arab is just statement, mean people live in the desert. Go and see Yasser Arafat, he look different. Haniya look different. Everyone look different. Some of them they are blonde. Some of them they have dark skin. Some of them they have curly skin. I mean, you do not know who is what kind of a nation. Everybody look different because simply it's not an ethnic. Those are people who they've been forced into Islam when the Muslims occupy the land. Some of the Arab came who they are Bedouin of the desert, and they merged into the society, and they forced the women into sex, and they made them have their babies, the same as what happened in Turkey. When the Turkish, the Ottoman, they occupy Constantinople, this was 100% Christian nation, and they are white, to make it simple if we speak about ethnic group. And the attacker, they are Asian. But if you go to Turkey now, if you look at Erdogan, he don't look like anyone, he's an Asian. So what happened? Or Asian person? Because simply those are the children of the women who they are raped by the Muslims when they attack. And I'm so glad that in USA there is a good movement to punish those who boycott Israel. It is time to respond. It is time to respond. Those who want to boycott Israel, we should boycott them too. What about we boycott selling weapons to them? Let us see how they can protect themselves. Let us see how Saudi Arabia can protect itself from Iran. Let us see how Qatar, who they are biggest sponsor for terrorism in the world, can be protected. Oh, I forgot, we have a biggest base of American force in Qatar. Yet they claim, and the Prince of Qatar, he claimed that he is a very Islamic. What a hypocrite. The Quran in chapter 5 verse number 51 says, take not Christians and Jews as a friends, and if you take them as a friends, you are one of them, which means you are out of Islam. But I understand the Prince of Qatar is a practicing taqiyya. So I say, and this is my own idea, be caught those who be caught Israel. And me myself, I will be caught any company who they are doing that. Hello? Hello? Are you there?
Hello?
Yes. Okay, don't open your camera for me, please.
Hello?
Yes, my friend.
Sorry, brother. I just wanted to let you know that I left Islam, and I was just eager to give you a call.
All right. Why you left Islam?
I left Islam because I had so much depression in my life. I had anxiety in my life, and everything was just going down the drain for me, and I didn't know what to do anymore.
But are you aware? Are you aware now that you will not get the versions? No, I'm trying to help you, because now you will not get version no more, and Allah will not make your penis endless. I'm just warning you.
Yeah.
So, is that okay with you?
That's all right with me.
Okay, I'm trying to convince you to go back to Islam. What about Allah will give you a bracelet in your hand and in your foot in heaven? Don't you want to have a bracelet like that?
No.
What about eating chicken in heaven?
Chicken?
Yeah, the Quran promised that the only meal in the heaven is bird.
KFC? What is it? KFC? I like KFC only.
Yeah, but no, it's going to be different. Sorry. I don't know. I'm just trying to convince you. What about the river of wine? Don't you like to drink wine?
You know what? Drinking alcohol is one thing I don't really like, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I enjoy it when I drink it, but like just drinking it, I don't enjoy it when I drink it. Yeah.
So now I cannot. Are you saying to me I cannot convince you to go back to Islam?
Impossible.
Well, I don't know. Like Muslims, they accuse me that I pay people to leave Islam. Did I pay you anything?
No. You didn't pay me a penny. I left Islam through a miracle, but after 6 months later, I started listening to your videos, and I was so glad I listened to your video because everything made sense to me.
So I did not give you any hamburger. I did not give you a hamburger or anything.
No, definitely not.
Okay, because the Muslims, they have a recording of me saying, give me one Muslim, I give you 5 hamburgers, and they claim that this is how I make Muslims leave Islam. I give them 5 hamburgers.
No, it's false, brother. It's false. A lot of Muslim people that leave Islam, majority is through miracles, and there's so many that leave in Islam through listening to your videos too.
I don't know. There's a Muslim. He was accused by the Muslim that I paid him $300 to leave Islam.
I believe it's false, brother.
Well, I believe it's false too, because if I pay everybody will leave Islam, I will be bankrupt from long time ago.
Yeah, I was thinking that was good.
And and how funny the Muslims when they say such a thing, that I make people leave Islam because I'm paying them. I mean, okay, the guy who you pay him today, he will, how it's an internet thing. I mean, he will go back to Islam tomorrow. He will get my money and laugh at me and go back to Islam. What's the point? How silly, how stupid. Anyway, my friend, so what do you want to share with the people before we go? What do you want to say?
Just as much as I've been saved, and I want as many people to be saved.
All right. How you think, as an ex-Muslim, how you think you can save them?
As an ex-Muslim, there's so many ways for them to save themselves, by seeking the truth, by opening their hearts, seek for the truth, by listening to your videos. because your videos make a lot of sense. I'm just surprised that it doesn't make sense to so many Muslims. And I don't know why is that.
No, it makes sense, but you know, a person who is watching first time, he will be upset. He will, I mean, imagine suddenly you said to him, "You are a fool." This is what you are saying to him when you show him how stupid this cult is.
Yeah.
He feel like you are saying to him, "You are a fool," even though you are not saying the word to him directly. But a person who pray to someone, he call him God 5 times a day, bend over, bend over, bend over, and then after all those years, he found that he was praying to no one.
Yeah.
I will give you something silly about what the Muslims do. For more than 600 or 700 years, the Muslims in Indonesia, they were praying in the direction of Libya. And then one day, somebody warned them that the direction of Mecca is not in that direction.
Okay.
So imagine, for 600 or 700 years, they are praying toward Africa, thinking that this is where the Kaaba.
Yes.
And after 600 years, because remember, if you don't pray in the right direction, your prayer is not accepted. So after 600 or 700 years, praying in the direction of Africa, you'll find that all your prayer and your father and your grandfather and your grandfather was for nothing. It's not accepted. So the problem with the Muslims, they don't even know what they are talking about, what they are worshiping, what they are following. You know?
Yeah. I'm listening.